Over 10 years ago, I worked for an education company. And the boss that I worked for was amazing. Her name's Joyce, and she really, really believes in the people that's in her team. She wants to elevate them and encourage them. And I was a benefactor of that. Raise your hand if you ever had somebody that you report to that's like that, somebody in your world. Thank you. I call Joyce leader of the light. And when I found out she was leaving the company, I said, no, please don't leave. Well, obviously I'm very happy for you, but I'm not happy for me. I'm sad for me. And she said, oh, Mary, you don't need me. You love to train people and you love to make a difference. You love transforming people's lives. And she goes, you don't really need me. Her parting words to me were, go and continue to wake up these sleeping giants. 3 months later, I get a new boss. I'm sitting across from this new boss. Let's call her Ms. In Charge. I'm sitting across from her and we have a conversation and I say to her, Ms. In Charge, so here's the deal. I'm interested in creating a win-win. She looks at me sternly in the face and says, well, I'm not. I walk out of that office, I got very, very clear on two things. Number one, wow, there are two types of leaders in this world. What I call leaders of the light, like Joyce, who's interested in supporting you and encouraging you and lifting you up and uplifting you. And then there are leaders like Ms. In Charge, who I call shadow leaders. A shadow leader is somebody who leads from control, from ego, from fear, and they're interested in only their agenda. How many of you have experienced shadow leaders? Oh wow, more hands this time. Thank you. And the second thing I got very clear on that day is I need to start my own training company. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Thank you. So welcome. My name is Mary Sheen, and I'm the founder of Heart First Communications. Thank you. So what is Heart First Communications? By the way, in case you haven't met me, I was born in Hong Kong. When I was 7 years old, my family moved to Sydney, Australia, where I grew up. And then as a grown-up, I moved to the United States. And I tell you this so you know, why is it that she looks like an Asian person and she sounds like an Australian? Who does Heart First Communications serve? All right. A couple of years into my karate dojo experience, as I'm training to be a karate black belt, I get to a class and my sensei is the teacher. Sensei in Japanese means the one who came before. So sensei is the teacher. And sensei says, okay class, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do you guys a favor and I'm going to make sure I watch you and I'm going to tell you what your strengths are. I was so excited because here I am 3 years into the process and I still didn't know what my strengths were. Jason, your strength is you punch really well. Good job, keep it up. Mario, what you do really well is you're very quick on your feet. And I'm next, I'm like, I'm so excited. What is he going to say to me? He goes, Mary, your strength is you're unassuming. Like, first of all, that sounds like a weakness. And second of all, what does that even mean? And he must have seen the confusion on my face because he goes, oh, unassuming. It means that we take one look at you and there's no expectations. I'm like, great, thanks. He goes, but nobody knows what you're capable of. Right? Oprah said it is the biggest gift you can ever have is being underestimated. Raise your hand if you have ever been underestimated. Thank you. I am amongst friends. So who does Heart First Communications serve? People who are tender-hearted, people who are wanting to help others. They want to be of service. They want to use their lives to be of service to others. This is what I call tender-hearted. And my job is to make sure that we develop you so that you are a badass. Raise your hand if you have an inkling that you have a tender-hearted badass in you. Thank you. You are in the right place. So imagine that you walk around your whole life and you think you're a cat. And you walk around, meow, meow, you're a cat. But little did you know, inside of you, there is a roaring lion who wants to come out. A lion represents roar, and it represents your badass. So what is the mission? The mission of Heart First Communications is to develop Heart First leaders. Whether you're working for an organization or you have your own business, to develop you into a Heart First leader. We believe that Heart First leaders have in them a soul mission, and that's to make that soul mission out into the world. We've got to get out of your head and awaken your heart, leverage your gifts in service of others. And to do that, we need to curate compelling content. Curate compelling content. What kind of content? Compelling, thank you. So that you can tell others about your soul mission and invite others along in the journey. Can you imagine if Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, but I don't know how to talk about it, so I'm going to keep it a secret. How do we do that? Through integrated training. What does that mean? Integrated training means it's two sides of the coin, inside and outside. The outside being mastering public speaking, speaking to influence, and heart-centered selling. Raise your hand if you are in sales. Thank you. Raise your hand if you ever had to sell an idea. Congratulations, you, my friends, are in sales. So the question then becomes, how do you do it in such a way that feels good to you and it impacts the other people that you will help but just don't know you exist yet? And then the other side of the coin is inside, which is self-mastery, meaning unstoppable self-confidence. And that means getting out of your head, awaken your heart, and what I call your fierce spirit. Everybody point to yourself and say, fierce. Fierce. Like music to my ears. Think of mastering public speaking as the craft, and self-mastery as your mind. And it's got to be both the inside and the outside. So what we're here to do is awaken sleeping giants and create more and more leaders of the light. Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in this world. Heart First Communications is the change I want to see in this world. How many of you would love to see it be in the world, live in a world where it's led by Heart First leaders? Thank you. So here's the message. Don't hide your light because, my friends, you were not meant to suppress. You were meant to express. Thank you.